and today we're speaking with a candidate for Marshfield School District and to learn more about their background, experience, and approach to public service. Hello and welcome for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for the viewers that may not know you, let's get your name and tell us a little bit about yourself and what led you run for the Marshfield School Board.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Ben Will. I was born and raised here in Marshfield, and this community has shaped nearly every part of my life. I spent 18 years teaching in the Marshfield School District as a technology education teacher, working closely with students who learn best by doing. I've also taught evening courses at Mid-State Technical College for the last 13 years, so I've seen firsthand how our K-12 system connects or sometimes struggles to connect with technical colleges, universities, and the workforce. I come from a small business family. My family has owned Coe's Machine Shop here in Marshfield since 1937. That background has given me a deep appreciation for hard work, accountability, budgeting, and long-term planning. I decided to run for the Marshfield School Board because I care deeply about this district and this community. I've seen what works, I've seen what doesn't, and I believe we're at a point where we need thoughtful, experienced leadership that listens, builds trust, and focuses on what's best for all students, not special interests or politics.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get right into that, and thank you for being here again, Ben. What experiences, professional, parental, or community-based, what do you think prepared you for this role?
Sure.
I mean, I know you already covered it a little bit, but
Yep.
if you want to go a little bit into it.
So I bring a very broad perspective in this role. Professionally, I've spent over 2 decades inside our schools working directly with students, teachers, administrators, and industry partners. I understand how board decisions actually play out in classrooms, shops, and hallways, and not just on paper. As a parent, I've seen the district from multiple angles. My son graduated from Marshfield High School on a technical and dual credit track and is now attending Mid-State Technical College in machine tool and business. My daughter is graduating this year, heavily involved in AP courses and preparing for a 4-year university. I feel that gives me firsthand insight into both college prep and career-focused pathways. As a lifelong community member and a small business partner, I understand how schools impact the broader Marshfield area, from workforce development to property values to community pride. Those combined experiences help me see the big picture.
All right. So along with that here, what are some specific moments or issues in the Marshfield School that made you decide I want to step up?
Sure. Yeah. Well, it wasn't one single moment. It was more of a pattern. Over time, I saw increasing disconnect between the decision makers and the people who are mostly impacted by those decisions, the students, the teachers, and the families. I also saw incredible things happening at our schools. We have outstanding teachers, hardworking students, strong programs, but sometimes those successes weren't supported or communicated well. I felt my experience, relationships, and understanding of this district could help bridge gaps, improve trust, and bring a more grounded, practical voice to the board. That's when I realized that sitting on the sideline wasn't enough anymore.
All right. We're gonna tail off on that. What do you believe is the most important responsibility of a school board member based off of what you just said?
Sure. I feel that the most important responsibility of a school board member is the governance, not the management. That means setting clear vision, policy, and expectations for the district while ensuring accountability to the community. Board members must focus on student outcomes, fiscal responsibility, and long-term stability, and not day-to-day operations. It's about asking the right questions, making informed decisions, and always keeping students at the center.
All right. Making a difference. How do you see a difference between the school board role and the role of the superintendent and or school administrator? I know it's...
Sure. Well, the board's role is to hire and evaluate the superintendent, set policy, approve budgets, and represent the community's values. The superintendent and administrators are responsible for implementing those policies and managing the daily operation. I feel that when the board starts micromanaging or when administrators operate without accountability, that's when problems arrive. I believe in a respectful, professional partnership where roles are clearly defined and everyone is working towards the same goals.
All right. Next question here. What does a good governance look like in the public school system?
Sure. Yeah, good governance means transparency, consistency, and trust. It means decisions are made based on data, input, and long-term impact, not emotions or pressure. It also means board members are prepared, informed, and willing to listen. Disagreement is healthy, but decisions should always be grounded in what's best for students and taxpayers.
All right. If elected, what would be your top 2 or 3 priorities in the Marshfield School District? Everybody has them, so
Yep.
what would
Sure.
a few of those would be there if you can list some of them?
Sure. Well, I think first and foremost is rebuilding trust and communication between the board, administration, staff, parents, and the community. Second, ensuring strong, flexible pathways for all students. That means supporting college prep, technical education, the trades, and career exploration equally. And then third would be supporting and retaining high-quality teachers and staff. Great schools are built by great people, and they need to feel respected, supported, and heard.
All right. Kind of based off of that, what do you think Marshfield is doing well so far, and what are some things that need improvement? I know you already touched base on a little bit of improvements, but let's talk about what's doing well right now, and then let's talk a little bit about what needs to be improved.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I think Marshfield does a very good job of offering opportunity. Students have access to a wide range of academic paths, from advanced placement, dual credit, technical education, strong extracurriculars, and career-focused experiences. That type of breadth doesn't happen by accident. It speaks to the commitment of our teachers, our staff, and our families. Where we need the most improvement is in alignment and follow-through. When programs are introduced, they need consistent support, clear communication, and long-term planning behind them. Too often, good initiatives lose momentum because expectations, resources, and communication aren't fully aligned. If we could better connect vision to execution and make sure decisions at the board level consistently support what's happening in the classroom, then I think Marshfield can be even stronger.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you touched base on multiple opportunities for students to learn, and let's discuss on how should the district balance academic achievements, students' mental health, extracurricular opportunities for these students here in the Marshfield area.
Sure. So when I thought about this question, I decided, they're not separate. They're connected. They're connected in a lot of ways. Students perform better academically when they feel supported emotionally and when they feel connected through activities. The goal should be balance. Rigorous academics, meaningful mental health support, and extracurriculars that build leadership, teamwork, and belonging. We shouldn't treat any of those as optional.
Sure. Talking about students' success, what does success for Marshfield students look like to you in the next 5 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
From now.
Sure. Bottom line is success means that students graduate prepared, whether that's college, technical school, military, or the workforce. It also means they leave Marshfield with confidence, real-world skills, and pride in their education. If families and employers can say that Marshfield graduates are ready, then we're doing our job.
All right. Talking about doing a job and work, school boards make some tough decisions, whether it's about budgets and taxpayer money, which has been a hot topic lately. And what principles will guide you when weighing spending versus tax impact?
I believe in fiscal responsibility and transparency. Taxpayer money should be spent efficiently, strategically, and with clear outcomes. Every dollar should answer the question, how does this help students? And is this sustainable long term?
Yeah. All right. Next question. How should Marshfield decide where to invest? I know you already talked about investing in the students, but what about staffing, buildings, technology, and student services?
Sure. Decisions should be data driven and student focused. Staffing, facilities, technology, and the student services all matter, but investments must align with the district's goals and real needs and not trends. We also need to consider long-term maintenance and operational costs, not just the upfront spending.
All right. Talking about money, so when resources are limited, how do you decide what gets funded, what has to get cut? How would you decide on weighing in on that kind of topic?
Sure. Yeah. You have to prioritize the essentials first, of course. Safety, instruction, and student support. Then you evaluate the impact, the equity, and the return on investment. Basically, not every good idea can be funded, but every funded decision should be defensible, transparent, and aligned with our mission.
All right. Well, if if somebody disagrees, or I want to talk about that, because that's a important part of the decision-making process and being out in the public like that. How do you plan to listen to the parents, students, teachers, the community that may disagree with you?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Basically by listening first. And anybody who's ever known me knows that I'm a listener. I take it all in. And disagreement doesn't mean disrespect. I believe that people deserve to be heard, even when we don't agree. My goal is to understand their concerns, explain the reasoning clearly, and keep discussions focused on students and not personalities.
All right. So, a little earlier you talked about communications and being open to the community. What does transparency mean to you when it comes to the school board decisions?
Sure.
It's been years past. I won't go into it, but the open communications lines weren't so great from what I heard. It's not from my mouth, but what does good transparency mean
Right.
to you? So it's pretty important nowadays.
Yes, absolutely. Transparency means, like you said, open communication, but it also means clear expectations and no surprises.
Yeah.
It means board members explain not just what decisions are being made, but why. Trust is built when people feel informed, even if they don't always agree.
All right. We're still talking a little bit about the community here. So if a controversy issue divides the community, what role should the school board member play?
Sure, yeah. So a board member should be a steady and calm presence, someone who listens, asks questions, and helps move the conversation forward constructively. Our role isn't to inflame division, but it's to lead through it.
Sure. All right. As you're running for the board, a lot of people will always ask, what are your core values that will guide you on your decisions on the board?
Yeah, good. No, that's a good question. I feel integrity, fairness, accountability, and respect. I believe in doing the right thing, even when it's hard, and making decisions that I can stand behind publicly and personally.
All right. talking about decisions, give us an example of a difficult decision you had to make in your life and how you handled it.
Sure, yeah. So I guess one of the hardest decisions I face both in education and in our family business is choosing the long-term right path over the short-term easy one. It meant holding high expectations, making careful investments, and sometimes saying no when it would be much easier to say yes. I approach those decisions by listening, weighing the facts, considering long-term impact, and staying grounded in my values. That's the same approach I would bring to the school board.
All right. So we're getting down to 2 more questions left here, and we'll have a little open time here. Why should the Marshfield voters trust you with their schools?
Sure.
I mean, that's
a good one.
Big responsibility.
Absolutely. Right. People who know me know because I care deeply about this district and this community. I bring real-world experiences from inside our schools as a parent and as a lifelong Marshfield resident. I understand the challenges that our students, families, and educators face. And I'm committed to making decisions based on what's truly best for kids. I don't come with an agenda. I come with experience, relationships, and a genuine desire to make Marshfield schools even stronger.
All right. Before we close the program here, is there anything else you would like to tell the voters that we haven't covered? Because we can go on all day with questions,
Absolutely.
and beat a dead horse that's not there. But is there anything else that you would like to add in case if something I didn't ask or
Sure.
another member hasn't asked you before? Now is the time.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I just like to say this, that Marshfield can lead and not follow when it comes to public education. If elected, I will listen, I'll work hard, and I'll always put students first. I'd be honored to earn the community's trust to serve on the Marshfield School Board.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I wish you good luck in the elections there, because there is a primary, so that's here in February.
Yeah, so if you want to make an impact on this school and the community, I encourage you to go out and vote February 17th for the primary elections, and again, April 7th for the spring general elections. And, together we can make a difference. And take care and have a great day. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody wanted to get a hold of you or ask questions, do you have a way for people to contact you somehow?
Sure, yeah. I've got a pretty active Facebook page. It's Ben Will for School Board. Okay. And then I do have an email address, which would be lowercase Ben Will 4 schoolboard@gmail.com. And I've been receiving just a ton of supportive messages and a lot of great questions, and I'm doing my best every night before I go to bed to answer every single one. So right. I wanna do my best to hear what the community has to say. I want to know what their concerns are. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert at every single thing, but there are experts out there, and there's people out there that have very strong opinions and a lot of background, and I want to hear all of them, and I want to listen to those people.
All right. Well, Ben, thank you again for coming on to the program here and getting the residents to know you a little bit and and what your experiences are and why you're running. So,
well, I appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you so much there. And you've been watching Get to Know, produced by Marshfield Broadcasting. This interview is a part of an ongoing effort to provide voters with general information about candidates running for office. Marshfield Broadcasting does not endorse any candidate, political parties, and participation in this program does not mean endorsement. To watch this interview again or other candidate programs, visit us online or watch Marshfield Now on Channel 990 and our streaming platforms. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next time on Get to Know.